Why would we do that? Of all things that we could do against humanity, against the world, nature, God, ourselves, our children, our future, why contaminate the water that we need to survive, that we need to stay alive, and on so many levels, from watering agriculture to consuming daily. And you can't go back from that. And to me, it's the worst crime against humanity ever, and the dumbest thing that humans have ever done. People have forgotten that water hasn't always tasted bad. Water used to taste amazing and refreshing, like good spring water. Oh, nothing like it. We've lost an incredible, great, important thing in losing clean water. And it is super rare to find, if there even is any. Maybe frozen in the glaciers in Antarctica, there's some clean water still. See that right there? Those fuzzy white bubbles? That is PFAS, forever chemicals. One example would be Teflon. There's thousands upon thousands of these things, these chemicals that they use in factories, and then dump their chemical waste in local streams and rivers. Who would even ever think to do that? Like, whose idea was it to, like, hey, we got this really potent, terrible, poisonous stuff right here. How can we get rid of it? Let's put it in the world's water supply. Right? Who thought of that? How was that ever a good idea? It just blows my mind and breaks my heart and pisses me off. I'd like to slap that dumbass MFer whose idea it was to dump chemical waste in water in our water supply. We need to hold people responsible for this. And the two most responsible companies that basically they're literally responsible for the majority of the waste is 3M and DuPont. They've even been taken to court over this, but they just got a slap on the wrist with some fines, you know. I think that when you commit a crime against all of humanity and you contaminate literally the world's supply of water, somebody should do some time. Like, that's a serious crime. Because with that comes cancer. Uprise in cancer, that's where most of the cancers are coming from. And you've got children dying and people dying of cancer that in relation to these forever chemicals in the water. And that's like murder. When you were fully aware of what you were doing and the risk that you were taking and the consequences that would come from dumping that chemical waste in the water. And they still did it anyway. They need to be held responsible. Somebody needs to be in jail for this shit. This come to mind because I was looking down here and I was thinking, God, it'd be great to jump in the water today. And that's always a short thought that ends in, yeah, right. It's not safe to do that. It once upon a time was, at least a little bit when I was a child. Wasn't as bad as it is now, but it was still bad. Anyway, that's just something I wanted to get people to think about because it's really important and we should be trying to do something about it. I mean, it's pretty much too late already, but before it's really, really too late.